Jeroboam is still in Egypt. On a certain day, he gets a message telling him that King Solomon has died. Friends are asking him to come back because there is now a new king, King Rehoboam. When Jeroboam comes back in Israel, he immediately becomes the leader of a group of people who want to make demands on the new king. They tell the new king, "Your father was a hard master. Please promise us to treat us better than Solomon did." Rehoboam replies, "Give me 3 days to think this over, then come back for my answer." So the people leave him. Rehoboam goes to the old men who have advised his father Solomon in the past. He asks them, "What do you think I should do?" They reply, "If you agree to be good to them and serve them well, you can be their king forever." But Rehoboam ignores their advice. Instead, he turns to the young men he have grown up with. They advise something else. They say, "Tell them, if you think my father was harsh on you, well, I'll be harsher. My father used whips on you, but I will use scorpions." 3 days later, Jeroboam and his people return to the king. The new king is not friendly at all. He threatens them and says, "I will give you even a harder life than my father did." King Rehoboam is not listening to his people. Why? Do you remember what the prophet Ahijah had prophesied? That is exactly that will happen now. You can see the Lord is always in control. He knows what will happen, and he makes everything to happen according to his plan. When the people of Israel realize that the king is refusing to listen to them, they begin to shout, "Down with David and all his relatives! Rehoboam can be king of his own family. Let's go home." 10 tribes don't want Rehoboam to be their king. Only 2 tribes remain with the new king. King Rehoboam sends an official to force the 10 rebellious tribes of Israel to work for him. But do you see what they do? They stone this man to death. When this news reaches King Rehoboam, he jumps into his chariot and flees to Jerusalem. The 10 tribes that don't want Rehoboam to be their king make Jeroboam now their king. The nation of Israel is now divided. King Rehoboam is ruling over the tribe of Judah and Benjamin in Jerusalem, and Jeroboam is king for the other 10 tribes of Israel. But King Rehoboam wants to be king over the whole nation of Israel. He gathers an army of fighters to force the rest of the tribes to acknowledge him as their king. Then God sends the prophet Shemaiah with a message to the king. He says, "Don't fight against your brothers. Let all the people go home, for what has happened is according to the will of God." Then the army goes home. Do you remember that in Jerusalem is the temple of the Lord? Jeroboam thinks, "Ooh, what will happen when the people from my tribes will go to Jerusalem to offer sacrifices in the temple? It is very much possible that they will become friendly with King Rehoboam. Then they will kill me and ask him to be their king instead." He discusses this matter with his counselors. Then they decide to make 2 golden calf idols. Jeroboam tells his people, "Why should you go to Jerusalem to worship? That's too far. Look, here are your gods who took you out of Egypt. What? Do I hear that right? But what about God? Do they forget him? Do they really start worshipping idols? Yes, they do. One of these calf idols is placed in the north of the country, the other in the south. Jeroboam offers sacrifices on the altar to the calves. He also makes people to be priests who are not from the priestly tribe. This all is very disobedient. It greatly displeases God. What will he do?